Hey, everybody. Hello. I have somebody in the chat. This is why you are tired, exhausted, anxious, and probably even depressed. A lot of people are shit. They're praying for the rapture right now. And I'm still here. What about you? I hope it was a good trip and welcome back because we're still in this shit together. This is one of the main reasons why a lot of us are feeling so exhausted right now. And that is because we're not protecting our energy. I know for myself, I do a horrible job at protecting my energy. I, as a child, never, ever was taught. And I'm sure a lot of you are with me. I'm a Gen Xer. So I know a lot of you are there with me. Know that we were not taught to protect our energy. Our energetic body is just as important as our physical body, and we were not taught that. So, this is like one of the things that I think right now that we need more than ever is to practice protecting our own energy so that we can function in this world of chaos, turmoil, or whatever may come our way. We need to prepare for what is happening outside globally and so that we can protect our nervous system. So today, I'm talking about 5 powerful steps to protect your energy during this global reset. We are in a space of reset right now, whether you know it or not. We are going through an evolution, a spiritual warfare, should I say. We got people praying for and asking for the rapture right now. So, it's really bad. We get that, from people having spiritual psychosis here and there for centuries, of course. But this time it feels a little different. So, today I wanted to talk about protecting our energy. So before I get started, I want to say hello to anyone that's in the chat. If you could give me a hello, give me a yellow heart if you can. The Healing Girl heart is yellow. And welcome to my first live stream. I've never done a live stream, so this should be fun. Today, we're going to talk about protecting our energy as well as maybe do some dowsing if you guys are up for it. And also, I will do some oracle readings if you would like as well. So I got Faithfully Can in the hey girl, and my girl Carnita too. Hello, girlfriend. How you guys doing? And thank you for joining me in the chat. So today I just wanted to Claude. Hey Claude. CJ is in the chat. And I'm thinking that's my girl. Hold on, that might be my girl. Is that you? Say yes if that's you. Not Claude, not CJ. Hey. Okay. I'm like, wait a minute. Is that Claude? Claude got in here before Andalyn. That's my girl. So hey, Medida family. It's so nice to see you in the chat. So we needed to talk about this because I think a lot of people are having a lot of problems with their nervous system right now, and they're not taking care of their energetic body. If you know what your energetic body is actually your soul, your spirit. It extends your energetic space, extend one arm's length around your whole entire body. And so, how I like to describe it to people is that your soul is not inside your body is inside your soul. Now, let that sink in. That is the reason why you can feel when someone walks up behind you. You can kind of feel when you walk into a room, before you walk into a room, something went down, is because your actual soul is outside of your body, your physical body. So you can feel when things are hitting you. And as empaths, I'm an empath. I'm sure a lot of people out here in the world, especially my generation, are empaths. We were not taught to protect our energetic space. We were not taught. So we were um, pretty much managing everybody's energy and how they're feeling instead of our own. So yeah. Carnita said, "Oh, I like that." So yeah, your soul is really um really, really big. Your body is inside your soul. So, everyone thinks that we stuff our soul inside this body, and no, that's the reason why you can feel and it's so intense. But a lot of us that are empaths, we have become energetic dumping ground for what's going on and for the people that's around us. We tend to not know how to block and delete. And blocking and deleting is something that I've learned to do along the way, and to make sure that what I'm feeling is actually my feelings and not the people around me. So I would like to start with, anybody got a question about that? I started off really hardcore about your body and your soul. So if anybody, she, Carnita said she's at the pro level of block and delete. I feel you on that one, sis. You got to get good at it and to be able to navigate the world that we're in right now. It is very heavy energy. That is why a lot of us are sick, why a lot of us have cancer, is because we're carrying all this blocked energy within our bodies, and we're not doing the necessary practice, the spiritual hygiene practice to take care of that from day to day. And is spiritual hygiene is something that I preach, and I'm sure a lot of people. I'm not sure if you've heard of it, but spiritual hygiene is equivalent to brushing your teeth. It's like something that you do every day. It's your spiritual rituals that keep you centered. So this is something that I really strongly advocate for, is that we take care of our spiritual health. Our spiritual hygiene is so important. And especially in this day and age, we have so much going on. There's spiritual warfare. If you notice that we're getting attacked on all fronts. So if you're not protecting yourself, you're going to feel it the most. And we have to be aware of what's happening in the world. We have to wake up to what is really happening in the world. This is not a political channel, so I'm not going to talk politics. However, these are the things that's affecting us the most at this time. And so we have to take the initiative to be very aware of what is happening to us energetically, because that is where all the sickness come from, and especially for those who have very compromised immune systems, that we really have to pay attention to what we're putting in our bodies just as much. Okay. So I would like to start off by saying thank you guys for coming and listening to me talk about this. This is a big discussion that I really wanted to talk about in this time. And we're going to get going with the steps to protect your energy. The first one is anchor yourself with grounding before protection. Protection is fine, but you have to anchor in and do groundwork. Grounding work is your strong foundation. It's the simplest thing that all of us should be doing, and it's the thing that we were doing prior to industrialization, when we were out there um, in the agricultural um, phase of our planet. When we were out there in the ground, in the soil, we were actually connecting with earth. We were doing things in the soil, grass, sand. We were barefoot before we started putting shoes on our feet to disconnect us from the ground. Grounding is very important. So whether you want to go to the beach, whether you're in the soil, gardening, whether it's grass, whether it's a tree, when everyone says touch grass hug a tree. That is grounding. Okay, so that is something that we should do every day. Another thing that we should do with grounding is root visualization. You want to imagine that you are a tree, your favorite tree, and create roots coming from your root chakra, which is your tailbone, and root down into the ground. Imagine and visualize that you are rooting yourself down into the ground and feel the energy coming from Mother Earth. Also, visualization that you know that you are connecting to Mother Earth. You are always connecting to her, and so the visualization piece is a good thing to do, especially if you like me. You're from the north. You don't have access to grass all the time because it's snowing. You don't have a beach to go to all the time, and you definitely not gardening if it's winter time. So you want to visualize. You also want to make sure that you take the time out to uh, use your grounding to its advantage because it is healing as well. So it helps with headaches. It helps with removing static energy as well. Anybody have any good grounding practices that you do? Can you put it in the chat? I like to, especially in the north, I have a grounding mat that I use, and I also have grounding pads that I use as well to keep myself grounded when I cannot get outside. I live in Merida, so now it's great. I can always go outside, but the horrible thing about being in El Centro is that you don't have you don't have grass. You have to go to the park to get maybe some grass, but we do have a beach nearby, so you can go and lay in the sand. The second powerful step is to create energetic shield boundaries. The horrible thing about being an empath is that you don't create boundaries. Um, Boundaries is very necessary. We allow people to dump on us, and before they even say hello, sometimes there's people that's just using you as a dumping ground, and you have to learn how to say no. I had a situation to me one time. Well, let me look at what she says: communing with nature while also listening to music. That's another one to boost that soul connection and the vibe. I miss my favorite tree back in South Carolina. Oh, Andelin. Yeah. Trees are wonderful. They are everything. They give us our oxygen, and they are our friends, you know. They live just as much as we do, and they know the story behind Mother Earth more than we do. So I love the trees in South Carolina. Yeah. I think Andelin is from that area, right, Andelin? I think you're from that area too. Yeah, trees are beautiful down there. They don't get the snow. Okay, Carnita, meet Andelin, meet Carnita. Okay. Um, so boundaries. I have to tell you guys this story. So I went out on the town one time, and I was like, I'm going to this place. I'm gonna have me a good time. I'm gonna fall back, enjoy myself. I get in there, and of course, I attract people that love to dump on me because I am that kind person. I am very nice. I can talk to anybody. But I had this situation where this guy pulled up, and I don't know if he was going through something that night um, that, was really, bad enough to where he wanted to feel like he can dump on me. But he sat next to me and start pouring out his issues. Like he asked me, hey, how you doing? You come here frequently, blah, blah, blah. And then he proceeded to talk about his girlfriend. And this was the first time where, usually we're taught, be nice, be a good girl and be kind to people, whatever. Well, this time I had learned I was coming into this space to have me a good time, and I was not about to let someone dump on my parade. So he started to go in about his girlfriend, and I had to stop him and be like, you know what? I'm not here for this. I am so sorry. I'm here to have a good time, not to listen to you bash your girlfriend right now. I am here to, and he was like, oh, my bad, my bad, my bad, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. So some people, I don't know if they know that they do it or if they're consciously doing it, or just, trying to get it out. But he was not going to get me that night. And that was the first time I ever stood up for myself. And I remember that because I was like, wow, you actually stopped someone from dumping on you. And yeah, that was a good feeling. And I went on about my business and I did not take that home with me. So, yeah. So, if there's anybody in the chat, have you ever had a situation where you get dumped on? Are you a dumper? Like people dump on you as well? Because I know they do. So, it's very important that we do not allow people to do that. And that when we go out, we set the intention that we're going to create a shield of protection around ourselves from all negative draining energies. We're not going to allow people to come into our space and dump. And I say that you do this in the morning before you go and at night, to make sure that you are not in any kind of, if you're that you're not in any kind of way bringing any energy home with you. You want to create a shield around you and make sure that you keep your energy in, or any draining situation that you're about to go into, that you protect yourself, and envision and visualize a bubble of light, and say your protection prayer before you leave. Okay. um Faithfully Can said, yes, I have to graciously set my boundaries to not allow the dumping. Respectfully, that is. Yes. Hey, Phil. Phil is in the chat. Oh my gosh. She said, girl, I've started using that method with my own mom. Yeah, I mean, people don't realize that they do it, and they do it with so much like ease that it is astounding how unaware people are. Like they're just not even aware that they do these things. Hey Phil, we're talking about setting boundaries. We know as empaths, and I know Phil as an empath, that setting boundaries, as to not have people dump on us, is a hard thing, but we do that. um, we tend to want to help everybody, and that's okay, but not all the time, right? The third thing we want to do is master the art of our conscious release. So you want to identify, release energy that is not your own, and that's when you learn how to block and delete. Okay. You have to do a mindful detachment practice where you pause and you check and see whether or not this feeling is actually yours. Is it yours, or is it the person that you just left? Okay. When you are aware, or for some reason you're like, why am I a bitch right now? And why am I in such a horrible mood? A lot of times it's because it's the energy that you just left, or the situation that you just left. And so you have to practice a simple release, cutting the cord, where you release all the energies that are not of your highest good. And so you stop, take a minute, check yourself, because you're trying to figure out, like, hey, I was in a good mood when I left home. What happened? And ask yourself, what energy, where did that come from? And a lot of times it's not yours. It's not yours. So you need to visualize the cord from you to whoever you left or whoever gave that to you. You say, I release all energies that do not serve my highest good. I call all my positive energy back to me now. and you reclaim your energy and move on. Okay. Let it go. Oh, Andalyn say, yes, that's so hard for me, shaking it off. Yeah, it's easier when you realize the ones who dump aren't there for your assistance. And that is so true, Carnita. Like, people are not there for you. A lot of times they're just there to use you. And the good way that I do it is when they start and they get going, I just turn around and say, you know what? Let me tell you what happened on, to me today, or let me tell you what's going on with me, and see how they respond. If they're not listening to you, or if they be like, you know what, I gotta go, or if you're on the phone and they're like, hey, I gotta, I got something going on. Well, that's not your people. That's not your people. They're just using you as a dumping ground. And I hate to say that, but there are some energy vampires out there that tend to use us because they know that you're a kind heart and that you'll listen. So, yeah. Any of you got any practices that you do for your energy? I know I tend to have, some things that I do, but I don't have all the answers. So if you have some good ones, please put them in the chat. Energy clearing is my fourth one. Number 4, energy clearing is so important. Sometimes we accumulate negative energy over time and we don't realize it. It's just from the things that we have been watching, or what we've been doing, or people we have been around, and it just accumulate over time, especially your home. Your home is another thing that can accumulate energy and negative energy, and especially if you just had an argument with someone that you love, that energy can stay in the house, and it can stay around you. You invited somebody over, that's not good energy. You want to clear that energy as well. So having a daily ritual that you do, like smudging is good. Palo Santo, sage, cedar, or juniper is very good. And what I do and how I use it is from head to toe. And at the end of the night, that's my energy clearing, is at the end of the night, before I go to bed, I either stand and say, I intend to clear my energy, close my eyes, I intend to clear my energy. Or I have smudging. You don't have to have anything. You could just do that with yourself, with setting an intention to clear your energy. Or you can smudge with your Palo Santo and go all from head to toe, saying, I intend to clear my energy. Your home ritual can be done once a week or whenever you need it. But make sure that you clear the energy in your home and pay attention to doorways and corners in your house. Those are places that can collect and keep stagnant energy in your home. Any corners, okay? Sound healing is another one that break up dense negative energy. So you can use Tibetan singing bowls, drums, chimes, claps. You can clap around your room. Vibration restores harmony in your home. So when you do that, you're breaking up energy. And I don't know if anybody knows that. Um, Clapping is a very good vibration. Okay. That's why we clap for people, giving them applause when they're doing good. That's a good energy. Another one is saltwater cleanse. Saltwater cleanse is a natural purifier. Water and salt are purifiers. Taking a good long Epsom bath, a salt bath, Epsom salt bath is very, very good. You set the intention as you're washing yourself. You can do this as a foot soak. It doesn't have to be a whole body soak, but set it with an intention to clean and cleanse and remove all things negative off your body. Okay. So that's number 4. Anybody have any energy clearings that you do? Please put it in the chat. The 5th one is cultivating a space of inner peace. Now, this is the most powerful and impactful one, is when you center yourself. Cultivating a space of inner peace is so important. You create your own energetic state. It is so important that you do that. Okay. Um, we fix our inner self, and when you do that, your outer self will follow. So you once you do that and create your own inner peace, there is nothing that can disturb that unless you want it to. Okay. Media consumption is another thing that disturbs our energy. It can overwhelm your nervous system, so you have to be intentional about the information that you consume from day to day. um, that is the most important thing right now is media consumption. A lot of people on the daily are binge watching and doom scrolling and trying to figure out why they're in such a shitty, horrible, sad, scared, afraid mood, is because they are consuming way too much media right now in social media, mainstream news, too much. And a lot of us need to regulate that and make sure that we set an intention not to watch too much of that and only consume what is necessary and be intentional about what you're watching. Okay. Because that will creep into your mind and it can cause a lot of disruption in sleep, can physically hurt you, as emotionally, no sleep can mess up your sleep pattern. It's a lot. So there are some of you, yeah, yes, Faithfully Khan says, yes, I so agree. And I've minimized it and it really helped. Yes, frequency music. Okay, Carnita, yeah, you use oh yes, salt cleansing makes so much sense. Yes, I like frequency music too, Carnita. And it's, one of those things that music has changed for me recently. I have changed what I listen to. Um, and being a Gen X kid, we love our rap. I love my rap. I love my rap. I love my rap. But I make sure that I pay attention to what I'm listening to, what kind of rap I'm listening to. Because when you get into the space of bees and, hearing a lot of, derogatory words towards women, and yeah, it's not a good feeling after a while. So you have to be very mindful of what you're listening to. But I still love my hip hop and rap, but I just pay attention to what I'm listening to. But I have been listening to a lot of Chantra Sheba lately. That's my girl, so I listen to her a lot. Gen X and rap grew up together. Yes. Yeah. It's hard to break that one. It's really hard to break that one. Because in a minute you'd be like, "Itch," that that's how we be rolling. So yeah. Anybody have anything to add? So the five things that you really need to pay attention to and steps to protect your energy is anchoring yourself, grounding yourself, creating energetic shield, boundaries, master the art of conscious release, your energy clearing, and cultivating a space of inner peace. Okay, so those are why you gotta say it like too short. Well, short too short was my generation, like so you gotta let that out every once in a while. That was some high round. So anyway, anybody have any additional things to add for protecting your space? Just not letting those, bums get into space too, should I say? Yeah, we have a lot of those. Um, but paying attention, just being aware. That's all it is. Now, I wanted to add into some dowsing. Anybody want any questions or have any questions for my spirit guides or any questions you want to ask? I can ask some questions as well. Anybody got questions? Are you scared? I got my dowsing rods. And I know a lot of people get a little bit nervous about spirits moving around, but it's not scary at all. If you do see some, um, you might see orbs, or you could see some things flying around my head at times, but you know, it's not no worries. Yeah. So, anybody want to ask questions about the state of the world right now? I got my rods out. My spirit guides are always willing to talk to us. They are full of information. Also, if you're not on my self love reset mailing list, which is down in the description, get yourself on there. I got some interesting things coming out very soon regarding dowsing, connecting with your spirit guides, and creating your own spiritual rituals, and also integrating oracle or tarot. I don't know how many people out there tarot or use oracle cards, but let me know. Fight, flight, freeze mode we seem to be in. Okay. Oh, Phil said, what about the rapture? How okay, I can ask them, will we, about the rapture, how to decrease, put the how to decrease the fight or flight freeze mode we seem to be in. If you want to put that in a yes or no question, Carnita, I can ask them. But how we decrease that, a lot of that is we need to get out of the um, doom scrolling and too much consumption of what's going on out there, and listening to your own intuition at this time, because our intuition is everything. um, a lot of us haven't been taught how to listen to ourselves and trust ourselves. So a lot of that comes from gaslighting. We've been gaslit. Our government has been gaslighting us as well. So that's what's happening right now. We're being gaslit to not, believe what we see, not hear, to trust what we hear, and to not feel what we felt. So, okay, let me ask the spirit guides. I did my prayer this morning, but when they're in this space, like right here, this is the neutral space. I'm gonna come up a little bit more. I'm gonna pull this down just a little bit so you guys can get a view. And I will say the prayer. So I said it this morning, but it's okay. I close my aura to everything but my higher self, God consciousness, my angels, my guardians, and spirit guides. And I ask that Archangel Michael protect this space so that it's only of the light. Amen. Good. Hey, Spirit, how you guys doing? Thanks for coming. They gave me a hug, so that's usually my hug. And Spirit, can you please show them a yes? My yes. Thank you. And can you please show them my no when you're saying no? Thank you. Okay. All right, you guys. So Phil said what they say about the rapture. Okay. So, Spirit, tell me, is the rapture real? Yes, the rapture is real. It's real. However, it didn't happen yesterday. As you know, the Bible says that um, we would not know the time or know when it's going to happen. Nobody knows when the rapture would happen. Um, will we have advance notice, Spirit, about the rapture? Will we know when the rapture will happen? They're not going to answer it. They don't answer those kind of questions. So, yeah, that is not for us to know. We're supposed to just live. Is Stephen Miller's goals going to be successful? Spirit, is Stephen Miller's goals going to be successful? That was a yes, you guys. Hmm. Any other questions? Can leaving the country decrease the fight or flight freeze mode? Yes. The country decrease flight five. Yeah. It can decrease that by leaving the country. Anybody else have a question? Spirit, I have a question. Will there be a mass exodus from the United States? Okay. There's a lot of people that's going to leave uh, the United States. Um, okay. Thank you, Spirit. Will there be a lot of African Americans leaving the country? Okay. I figured so. Okay. Is that Andalyn? Spirit, can you tap into Andalyn? She's under Claude Nesbitt Jr. right now. Can you please tap into Andalyn, please? Thank you. She wants to know. Andalyn wants to know, is she supposed to be in the space she is in right now? Yeah. Yeah, Andalyn, you're supposed to be here. She's nervous, but I think she had that question, but she's supposed to be. We are all where we supposed to be right now, right, Spirit? Okay. All right. Anybody else have a question? Andalyn said, thank you, Spirit. They said yes. Okay. They said you're welcome. Anybody else have a question? Is that Carnita? Okay. Carnita, I don't have my reading glasses on. So I'm trying to read. Am I going to prevail? So can you tap into Carnita, please, Spirit? Thank you. They're tapping into you, Carnita. Am I going to prevail in my EEOC lawsuit? Yes, that was a big yes. Wow, they gave you a long yes, Carnita. It must be something bad. Now, that depends on if the timeline shifts. If you do anything that's different, yeah, they gave me a double yes. So Do not change whatever it is you're doing. Continue doing what you're doing, but don't change because of what they said. Okay. So follow along with what you were going to do. Our timelines shift. And so, thank you, Spirit. Our timeline shift depending on what decisions we make. So a lot of times we, can affect our timeline. So continue doing what you were going to do and push forward, but don't change what you were doing, okay? Because timelines can shift. And that's the same with Stephen Miller as well, his goals going, if he's going to be successful. Okay. All right. Anybody else have a question? You guys want me to ask some questions about Trump or anything like that? Will Trump be in office very long? Spirit, will Trump be in office long? No. Okay. For entertainment purposes only. Yeah, but long. We don't know how far he's going to take us. Will there be a nationwide midterm election in November? So, Spirit, will there be a nationwide midterm election in November 2026? Yeah, there's going to be. They're giving us a double yes. So don't worry about that. But a lot of things are going to happen in between that time. Yeah. Will it be fair? It'll be fair. They gave me a kind of halfway there, so it's not like a definite. When they do that, that means that it's not all it depends on the timeline. There are some things that are fated and some things that that can depend on our decision as a collective. So it all depends on us. It really does. Yeah. Any other questions? Anybody else have any questions? You're agreeing? Yeah, it all depends on us. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. Does anybody want a oracle reading? Anyone want an oracle reading? Uh-oh. They're saying yes, somebody does. Who? Who should I give a reading to? Oh, Andolyn. Andolyn, you want a reading? Carnita too? Okay. Spirit, can you tap into Carnita first? Okay. All right. Um, should we do a reading on what's blocking her relationship wise? Okay. All right. All right, they said it. What do you agree on, faithfully? So they want Carnita singles and relationship oracle deck. So they want to tell you what's blocking you. So are you ready? I don't know. That's what they tapped into. So we're going to, I'm going to drop this down so you can see. You can see me shuffle. You feel personally attacked. That's how they do it. They get you, boy. You be like, what? I'm not ready for that. Okay, let's see what they have to say for Carnita. Okay, Spirit. Whoa. That one flipped out. It's a lot of cards, you guys, so forgive me. Okay. Whoa. Wow. Whoa. They got a lot for you, Carnita. When they flip out, that's what is for you. Any more? All right. Carnita. They got a couple for you. Oh, it will take all of us to come together. You're right. They went for the jugular, Carnita. So the first one that flew out was this one. Fated to be alone. You gave up on love because you think you are meant to be alone. It's not true. The next one they gave you is excuses. You have so many reasons that it never works out. Find reasons that it can work. Soulmate only. You have many soulmates who would be great for you. There's not just one. Lone wolf. Are you really a loner? Or are you afraid of loving someone who could hurt you? Did that resonate with you? Did that hit some things? Wow, they were hitting hard on that one. They wanted to let you know. Okay. I'll take a picture of those cards so you can marinate on that. No comment. Okay. They dug deep on you on that one. Okay. So Andalyn, Spirit, can you please tap into Andalyn for me? Okay, thank you. Do you want to have her read from what's blocking her? No. What about African Goddess Rising? No. Healing with the Angels? No. Angel number? Angel numbers? Okay. The Wisdom of Tula? Oh, they did a deep one from the Wisdom of Tula. Okay. All right. Are you ready? Now, these are my favorite cards. The Wisdom of Tula, Andalyn. Now, this one is the Wisdom of Tula. And you should know why I got this one, because this is my nickname, Tula. So It's the wisdom of Tula. All right. So here we go. They're going to tap into you, and they're going to give the card that is special for you. Now, this is a new deck for me. What message do you have for Andalin Spirit? Oh, that one flipped out. Any other ones? Okay, I got 2. Let me see. I'm going to try one more because I felt like one was trying to flip out. Any other one, Spirit, for Andalin? Okay. Yep. All right. You got one of the cards that they always give me. So, yeah, they always give me this card. And I'm always like, oh, shit. So I'm not. So the one card that they gave you, Andalin, was listening. When you see that, what came to you, the first thing that came to you? Listening. Listening is a skill and an art that most people don't realize they neither possess nor aspire to obtain. Most of us are unskilled listeners, participating in dialogue or conversation while planning what we will say next. If this card has appeared for you today, you are being invited to become a more proficient listener to both with others and in your meditation or mindfulness practice. Life will become more vibrant and meaningful through merely cultivating the art of listening. Okay, they're telling you need to listen. The other one that I had is called Live and Let Live, which Andalin, this one I had a hard time with, and I can attest to that one. Live and let live. Tula regularly demonstrates her respect for all forms of life within their own time, space, and choices, and with compassion, whether or not she might share their same beliefs or comprehend their reasons. She knows that each person is their very own unique individual and on their own path. Their chosen path is neither for her to judge nor evaluate. She lives with the graceful tolerance of a person who has made peace with herself and the world around her. Do you need to offer more kindness, acceptance, and respect for those whose choices seem foreign to you? Do you feel the need to express your disagreement with others, or do you find yourself choosing acceptance instead? By adopting a live and let live attitude for the world around you, you will find your path smoother and more satisfying as you leave judgment and disapproval next to the road. Your choice then becomes your path of light, reflecting your innate and elemental core of love. All right, take this all with some spiritual growth here. They're coming for us. They get me all the time. Let me see. Tend to your own garden. Tend to your garden. That's what it's saying. QRS. So tend to your garden. This is the card that you got. Tend to your garden. In choosing this card, you are being invited to cultivate both your inner and outer gardens. Plant and nurture the seeds of happiness and prosperity as you create with Mother Nature. Marvel at the wonder of new life. Finally, harvest the considerable benefits you have obtained. Then, as Tula always does, offer unbounded gratitude for your feast. Observing the cycle of life in our gardens or in nature can bring us deeply into balance. Does that sound right? All of these resonate and make a lot of sense right now. I am reading a book called Let Them and trying so hard to incorporate that into my life. This is amazing, right on point. If you can send that excerpt to me, I would appreciate it. Okay. Most definitely for you both, I definitely will send you these cards because I know a lot of us need to meditate on certain things. And when I get things from spirit, I know that is something that I need to spiritually grow. Um, those are things that uh, we all need to think about. Live and let live, especially in this day and time. We have to let people live, be themselves, and go through their own personal journey. So that's all I have. If anybody else want a personal reading, let me know. If you want to book a call with me and do a personal reading, that's fine. That's down in the description down below. We can ask some personal questions to your own spirit guides, not my spirit guides, but to your own spirit guides. You can definitely contact me and we can talk about it. So I thank you so much for joining me today. It's almost an hour. Um, and Andolin says, stop trying to mommy everybody. Oh, that's kind of hard to do. I know as a mom, I'm not a mom, but I know it's very hard for mothers to step out of that role because that's what you are. Once you become a mom, you're a mom. That's it. So I love you guys and thanks so much for being with me today. If you could give me a thumbs up, that will help push this to the algorithm. They are sticking it to us because I think a lot of us Black creators are getting it. I'm not sure, but it just feels like it. Um, and thanks for joining me. If you can all give me some butterflies before I end this for transformation, I will appreciate it. You're so welcome, Carnita. Yep, and share this with your friends so we could get the conversation going. And thank you. I'm trying to figure out a good time to do streams. I want to do the next one on Sunday, so I'm not sure what's a good day, but I'm just picking random days to do streams to see what hits better. Thank you guys. Transformation, that's what we're in. Woo woo. Thank you. Making dinner. Is my friend where's Phil? Phil didn't want a reading. I'm shocked. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. Take care. Love you. Peace out.